Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Blue Exorcist Chapter 124. When we last left our heroes, after the Seraphim Pulse wiped out all of the demons that Yukio had summoned to attack the Dominus Luminous, Team Suguro and Team Lightning were still on their way, and then the Yukio-Rin fight continued, including Yukio trying to tell Rin that he has to die to stop the return of Satan, a dust explosion using coal tars, and then seemingly Rin giving in to Satan. As we see in that last scene, the font is back to Rin's normal font. So it's a little unclear if it's a sign that Rin is lying about having let Satan take over, or if he's like fully in tune with the Satan in him. But beyond that, that's kind of where we left off last time, with Rin on top of Yukio seemingly about to kill him. So let's jump right back into Chapter 124 of One Cloth in Flames. We open here seemingly right where we left off, with, I think that's Rin, like, kneeing Yukio, which then causes the ground to crater around him. I'm not entirely sure. I think it did hit. Yeah, I think it hit him in the back of the neck. For a second I was like, did he hit him, like, right off to the side or something? And I wasn't really sure. But yeah, he's done some serious damage to Yukio, it seems like. And Rin picks him up by, like, his elbow. Is this how Satan protects you? It doesn't seem like much to be proud of. And then he picks up Yukio again just to headbutt him. Four eyes! And he, like, slams Yukio back down. Yukio's glasses crack. You fuss and fret and gripe and whine. But no matter what you do, in the end, you still can't beat me. And while Rin is saying this, he's just pounding and pounding and pounding on Yukio's face, beating up even further. And Konako, who is still watching with Shima, is, no, stop. Rin is going to... And then before he can really interfere, Shima, like, grabs him by the mouth. Shh! If we interfere, he'll kill us. Is that even really Rin? And just then, Shima gets a call from Homare. Shima, rescue Yukio Okumura. Do not let him be killed. And just then, a whole bunch of other Illuminati guys seem to have showed up to help out. And Shima and Konako look at the reinforcements, and Shima tries to, like, stop the mission. That's not such a good idea. After all, isn't Satan protecting him? Your backup will create an opening, and you will secure him. Didn't you hear me? We no longer fear death. We don't. She was like, hold on. We don't all not fear death. After you surround Rin Okumura, set flamethrowers to black flame and remain on standby. Gunnar and Gunnan will assist Shima. We see Gunnan Lundstrom and Gunnar Lundstrom, these two, big, burly, I guess, German twins. Shima, you will fully release Yamantaka and wait. And Shima kind of, like, is freaking out. Okay, if I have to. And Konako has some, like, sympathy for him. Poor Shima. So it looks like, though, that they're trying to they're just gonna, like, drag Yukio out of there. Which I don't know if that's going to work. I think if they do that, we won't really have a clear answer on what's going on with Rin's relationship to Satan right now, who's in control. Is Rin a willing participant, or is he just faking? Or what exactly is going on there. Anyway, everyone is in position. Someone telling Homare, good. On my signal, advance and release flame until battery depletion. And yeah, we see the Illuminati reinforcements have, like, surrounded the crater where Rin and Yukio are, with all of the storage units are like positioned between the reinforcements. And Homura gets them ready, and then just then it looks like they all catch fire, probably from Satan. Yeah, stay out of this, weaklings. This is just getting good. And this is back with the normal Satan font. So this might be the Satan in Yukio's eye, if the Satan that Rin's tapping into is kind of is still using the traditional font. I feel really, really nerdy sitting here, like, discussing font choices in a manga, but that's just Blue Exorcist for you, you know? Anyway, Is that Satan? And Rin looks back at them all. Heh, looks like you aren't so protected after all. Then he slams on Yukio again. And we see, the impact of where Yukio was hit, as he just kind of lies there. And Yukio looks up at him. Kill me. Do you even know whether you want to win or die? You never make any sense. Finish this. Do it for the world's sake. I don't care about the world. We're brothers. This is making me think more that Rin is the one in control here, and he has been the whole time. And I feel sorry for you. So I'll grant your wish. Or not, if he's about to kill Yukio anyway. Thank you. And then Yukio thinks to himself, if Rin kills me, that means I've won. And right as Rin goes in for the finishing blow, my life no longer has any value. And Rin goes in for the punch, like, right above Yukio's head. And it looks like he stops in shock or something. Maybe something in Yukio saying his life no longer has value is, like, reached something in him. I don't know. But the force of the punch, even if I'm not quite sure if it hit or if it stopped. Or if he stopped it. But either way, the force of it, ripples outward in the ground. The ground is just a complete mess of rubble. And Shima and Konako are kind of blown back. Yeah, Okumura! And just then, I'm trying to get a read on what's happening here. I think this is page 16. Because it looks like Rin has stopped right above Yukio's chest. Which means who's been in control the whole time? Because it looks like he's barely stopping himself. He stopped? Why? I won't give in. And so it looks like has Rin been, because that line does not feel like Rin has been in control the whole time. And yet the font has still been Rin's font this whole time. So unless it's saying he had given in and now he's pushing back, and so was his font at first because of Rin giving in to Satan at the end of last chapter. And then here it's like now he's pushing back, and so it's still him, I guess. And yeah, Konako, that's Rin. But then we're back with Rin. But what do I do? It's Satan. I need to get rid of him somehow. But fists won't do it. I've got to put everything I have into a deep thrust. So I'll imagine the long and sharp form of the Koma sword. Is he like creating a kind of Koma sword with his flames? Like a flame sword? That's taken the shape of the Koma sword, but doesn't Konako have the Koma sword right now? Is the sword still with Konako? Let me try to find out. Yeah, because there's Huron's on page 15. He still clearly has the Koma sword with him. So I'm wondering if Konako is about to, like, toss the real Koma sword over to Rin. The Koma sword? And Yukio looks up at him. What are you doing? Satan is parasitizing you? Then I'll burn him out. Huh? I'm gonna burn you two apart. And he aims this flame Koma sword for Yukio's eye. Which is not good for Satan. Don't be ridiculous. You're not capable of that. Even as a demon without any restraint, you barely broke through my protection. So just kill me. If I die, it'll buy time. It's sure to work. So do it while you have the chance. And we see it really looks like Rin is, like, thinking here. And then Yukio shouts up at him, do not confuse recklessness with courage. And just then, Satan, I think through the eye this time, starts laughing. Mwahahaha. Ha ha ha. Yeah ha 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 ha. Aw, how disappointing. I thought you took after me. At least you're both garbage, but Yukio is better. At least he is a decent peephole. So yeah, here Satan is, like, finally picking a side. You take after your mother, but you think you can defeat the demon god? You're disappointing and stupid. You don't even have the slightest clue as to your own ability. And Rin just looks up at him. You are such a nuisance. And we see now Rin's eye is kind of glowing with Satan's flame in the same way that Yukio's does. And he kind of moves the Koma sword towards Yukio's eye. What? And he pierces Yukio through the eye. It looks like we can see the other side of the blade coming out of Yukio's head, which would normally kill him, but it's like demon fire, so I'm gonna allow the fact that he's definitely surviving this. And that he pierces through Yukio's eye, and we see kind of an explosion. Even more, the poor floor of this hangar is just gonna be completely destroyed. Rip whatever repairman the Illuminati hires. What? Impossible. And it seems to have worked. Satan is not in a good mood about this. And then, yeah, the sword still seems to be kind of impaled through Yukio. Seriously? This is Yukio. Stop provoking him. The ship will crash. You always let your emotions run out of control. Look at the bigger picture. And Rin just asks him, bigger picture? I'm not that smart. I can never understand you. Wow, let him have it, Rin. You idiot. No, wait, I do understand one thing. You've got a huge chip on your shoulder. And Yukio just, like, looks at him wide-eyed, as, I guess, Rin pours, like, more energy into the not quite Koma sword. And then he just, like, grimaces. You'll never get along. And then it looks like Rin is blown back again. And that's been a thing with your Mumahel guns, that we never really found out why he kept getting blown back by the guns. But he, goes flying through the hangar. He seems to run into a couple of the crates, and they just, like, explode behind him. And then, who is this? Yow, that's hot! I was trying to take a nap! Oh, it's Kuro! Where has Kuro been? I'm trying to figure out what that... It looks like he was in a bag, maybe? And I'm not sure where the bag came from. Has Rin been holding on to that bag this whole time? I just did not notice. Yeah, it looks like if you look on page 19, I think, it looks to be kind of... there looks to be, like, on the panel of the Koma sword panel, there looks to be a bag behind, like, on Rin's back. Which I guess Kuro's just been kind of napping in the whole fight. What the fuck, Kuro? And so yeah, Kuro finally gets out. No. This is, so Kuro comes out of the back, and then it's Satan speaking from the eye. The likes of you cannot talk and beat me at the same time. We see a light shining from, I think this is still the blue flame Koma sword, in Yukio's eye. He's trying to force it out. Not gonna happen. Oh, so Satan is trying to, like, force push it out, or you know what I mean. And Rin is trying to force it back in, I think. And so yeah, it's kind of Rin keeps trying to push it back in, and I think Satan is, like, fully in control of Yukio's body at the moment, because the expressions Yukio is making looks to be what Satan will be making, the kind of, like, glaring frustration of this next line. A battle of strength, eh? Fine. And so the two of them kind of push at each other with the sword. If I give it more strength, I can't maintain its form. But if I concentrate on form, I can't give enough strength. I can't get a grip on this. That's not good for Rin's plan. Ha! Is that all you've got? Well, I've got more to give. And then we have another explosion. I believe this is explosion number 4 for this chapter. As I'm guessing Satan successfully pushes the blade out, and it just... Another explosion rips through the hangar. I'm running out of ways to describe explosions. But this explosion seems to cut, like, a gash. Like a straight line through the hangar. And that's where we leave off. Next chapter hits October 1st. So yeah, that is chapter 124. And honestly, there's not a whole lot to say about it. It's kind of just it's another fight chapter. It's like our third straight, like, soul fight chapter. And, it continues the fight in interesting ways. But I'm trying to think of any particular moments to, like, talk about. And I mean, maybe the whole, using his flames as a Koma sword. I mean, that's more is it kind of similar to the candle training from way back in the Kyoto arc, like a super enhanced version of the candle training? Because as I recall, did Rin ever get that one perfect? Or did you just kind of move on because, like, the Impure King happened? I don't know, but it seems to work. Or it would have worked if Satan did not just take that moment to fully take over Yukio. And then the two have their little, like, force combats, you know, the force push of Satan or whatever. And then the explosion in the chapter ends. I will say, I do very much love the, like, whenever, I love Rin's whole, like, he's having this big fight with Yukio, and then he'll, like, slip into older brother mode. I think those are always, like, really cute moments. You got, like, here we have what's the prior line? I do understand one thing, you've got a huge chip on your shoulder. It's a really nice reminder of, like, despite the fact that Rin is the older twin, of course, but Yukio does not see Rin that way. He sees Rin as this kind of, at worst, a nuisance, at best, kind of just an idiot. And then we get these reminders that Rin really does see himself as the older sibling, and he is more than happy to remind Yukio of that. But yeah, it's a good chapter. I do kind of feel like it's one of those chapters where the plot doesn't move too much. Like, it's just more steps on this one fight. And the fight doesn't really seem, like, maybe this moment is kind of the end of the fight, but it's really unclear if this is the end of the fight. It does just look to be kind of continuing, and we'll see where the pieces pick up next month. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to say for this chapter. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!